I had to really deliberate about this video, and I suppose the week that's in it and the Manchester bombings, I kind of felt, you know, something was kind of really tugging at me. Where does this end? You know, where does this whole thing end? It's so open-ended. It's incredible. The war on terror. It just, there's no obvious ending to it. And, you know, for me, it's who's going to put the weapon down first, which side is going to put it down first. And, you know, both believe they have legitimate rights. Both believe, you know, that their cause is just. But it doesn't show any obvious ending. And, you know, on a personal note, I remember years ago in school a situation where one of the lads in my class was picking on another lad, and I intervened, and I ended up beating this guy up. And it obviously upset him, because a month later he came back to have another go at me, and I beat him again. So a couple of months after that, he did the slightest thing. I mean, it was so slight, and I imposed my superiority on him, and I beat him a third time. But I knew something was wrong. I knew the third time there was something wrong, definitely wrong, and he knew it, so he knew it was wrong. And I went after, I think it was later, I'm not sure now, I think it was later that day or it was the following day, and I apologised to him. And thankfully he accepted, and we ended up, I won't call us, we didn't become great friends, but we ended up being able to speak to each other and get on. And I'm sure if I met him today, actually I did meet him years later, and we were able to have a conversation, and, you know, everything was okay. But I realised that whole process was, you know, someone had to lay down a weapon, and, you know, we have to admit where we're wrong. And it takes a brave, I think it takes bravery on the individual level to do that, but it's really rewarding, because there's a great relief when you know, the battle is over, when you have given up the fight and that kind of freedom is left available to you. And it's something that the world, you know, in its state of development hasn't fully learned yet, but I think we have to feel it on our own personal journey. We have to kind of go into it in ourselves. We have to find out where we are fighting, and where we kind of can perpetuate or continue an ongoing war or battle within our own environment, and be willing and sort of open to laying down the weapon, to say you're sorry, to apologise, to I don't know, maybe just do a little bit energetically to lessen the load of negativity that sits in the world at the moment. If we can use absent healing for healing over great distances, there is an automatic healing if we lay down our own weapon, if we lay down our own fear and anger, and we open ourselves up to the potential of another form of healing. And I believe for this mess that's in the world at the moment to be healed, it has to be done in a way that's not particularly obvious to us all, because I don't think there's any clear-cut answer within the known political system. I think it would be extremely long and arduous. There will be a lot of debating, and there will be a lot of hurt and pain in between. But if we as individuals helped and assisted in the, I suppose, the underlying unseen forces that maybe shape our world, and give us an opportunity to maybe conceptualize in our own heads a world of peace, and offer the next generation something more than we're giving to ourselves at the moment, would be nice. So my absolute heartfelt feelings of condolences and, you know, general pain that I can see and feel for the people who have lost their children and family members all around the world, and in Manchester is there. But I can only but help them by facing that anger and fear in myself, and laying down the weapon and making sure that I don't add to the violence that's already in the world. So thanks, and hopefully maybe it gives you something to ponder.